Yeah. What's up, guys?
Yo, yo.
What's up? We've made it. We've made it to, I guess, episode 4 of Thickheads, approximately somewhere in that. I don't know if we're going to stick with calling them episodes, but while we're figuring that out, we're going to keep calling them episodes.
Hell yeah.
I think eventually, once I'll be able to get it, I'll be able to get it to where we can have a solid format for each name, and then just kind of throw in a couple of little titles for, like headlines of what we'll talk about, essentially in there. Seems like that's a pretty common practice, and it also looks pretty formulaic. But you know, okay, yeah, Shane and Matt, obviously, here we are. But no, what I was gonna say was today or this weekend, before we get into any of our actual topics, have you paying any attention to what's going on in LA right now?
Dude. Fucking mayhem.
Dude, it is.
Yeah, they're sending in Marines. First they sent in the National Guard, but I read earlier that they're sending in like 700 Marines or some shit.
Yeah, seriously. That's exactly what I had
How many
heard.
times, I wonder, have we ever had to send in? I know we've sent National Guard in for stuff, but I wonder how many times, like, because of civil unrest in our own country, we had to send Marines in.
I don't think there's honestly, I haven't looked it up or anything like that. I don't think it's legal unless there's an insurrection. I mean, I'm pretty confident that it's like
Right.
you're not supposed to use like U.S. military on the ground anywhere. That's not to
Right.
say that there
Well,
could
I
be
guess, but the thing is, it's not, I guess, civil to them because it, they're targeting illegal aliens. I don't know what the law would be on it because at that point, I mean, it's not your own citizens as far as the law goes.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're right, but it's like they're not supposed to do it on you. Let's see. I'm just gonna Google that real quick, or let's ask GPT since I have it open already. I just got to record my other podcast. So, organic poison to anybody out there who knows or doesn't know. Can the president? I won't take up too much time. It's just this happening right now is crazy. Like it's like some real crazy shit happening right now.
We ain't got nothing but time.
Yeah. Can the president use the military on U.S. soil? That's probably a shitty way to ask that question, but maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Great question, and it gets into some complicated legal and historical territory. So that makes sense. Short answer, not usually, but sometimes under specific laws and circumstances. Purpose, limits the use of U.S. military. Okay, yeah. The key law, Posse Comitatus Act, 1878. The purpose is to limit the use of the U.S. military, especially the Army and Air Force, to enforce domestic law. The effect, the president cannot freely deploy federal military forces for law enforcement unless allowed by another law. The Navy and Marines are not explicitly covered, but the Department of Defense typically follows the same rule for them. The exception is the Insurrection Act. This 1870 law does not allow the president to use the military on U.S. soil in rare cases. It does allow the president to use the military on U.S. soil in rare occasions, such as suppression of insurrection or rebellion. I mean,
bro.
I mean, a state is a state.
Is it rebellion?
Hang on just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen real quick, man. So y'all ain't just so people can know what the fuck I got popping here. Okay. Can you see that I'm sharing my screen?
No, sir.
It's not on Chat GPT right now?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Hang on. Oh, because I didn't add it to the stage. There we go. That shit looks crazy. All right. Can you see it now?
I see some shit. There we go.
Okay. Suppression of insurrection or rebellion. And if a state requests help, which makes sense, and if a state cannot or will not enforce federal law or protect civil rights. Last used by George H.W. Bush in 1992.
Ain't no way, bro.
Here in
LA the last time. Come
LA,
on, bro. They running it back.
And look, they said Trump threatened in 2020, but never enacted it.
Right. So this
Listen, dude, and this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. And this ain't like some shit that people just decided they started to get to care about because Trump and them told them to. Okay, that sanctuary city shit. They've been doing that shit for forever, and that goes against federal law. They also have been selling weed over there since before everybody else started selling weed too, federal law. So if we're being honest, California has the most history, the utmost history in recent modern times of just telling the federal government to SMD. I'm not saying that there's not other states that have done it after them, but they are definitely the main ones. They've got some of the most progressive laws. They actively are like, and I'm saying all this before the riot. I'm saying like California always be on some fuck shit. They got a massive industry of like basically making money off of homeless people over there. Like they feed people pretty much, and they like what is it called? They pretty much maim their police officers to where they don't even know how to do their jobs, or don't I mean, the maximum of what their job is ain't shit. And so even if you're like the most badass cop and I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm shitting on LA to be honest, but yeah, back to the riots of current. They're like setting them. You saw where they were setting the Waymo cars on fire?
Yeah, I did.
The flying the fucking Mexican flags.
Dude, it looks like some different country shit, dude. When you see it, it doesn't even look like.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. It ain't, to me, it ain't about the Mexican flag, to be clear. Mine's just the principle. I ain't got no problem with the Mexicans. I'm saying that it's like, hey, bro, that's not Mexico, and you're setting everything on fucking fire. And it like, look, is it just the way that the right wing is framing it, or does it really look like that? You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking we're calling a spade here.
I'm kind of thinking it's yes. It doesn't matter what news agency you're watching; it's all the same footage. It's just how they, talking about it's different. But it's all that shit's really happening.
Yeah. Okay. Controversy. Presidents using federal troops domestically is legally possible, but politically explosive, which fair enough. Often challenged in court, protested by states, or seen as government overreach. I mean, sounds pretty on brand for right now, if you ask me.
Like, I couldn't think of a better time to use this shit basically now after reading the laws on it.
Yeah. I mean,
this is checking all the boxes.
I was about to say, and they say ChatGPT leans to the left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, look, Jess said they coming to Purvis for you, bro. That'd be the last place.
Tell them I said pull up, though.
That shit ain't gonna fly.
Hey, listen, if y'all in the comments, I didn't even realize there was some comments going. My bad, guys. Y'all can absolutely. Cam said California is not America, so it's okay. That's what I'm saying. Circle back around. Jump too fast. Listen.
So what do you think about letting Mexico have it back then? Really?
Let's do it.
I'm with it.
Listen, I've got a better idea, because we don't want to give something to another country. Let them be their own country.
Okay, so they're not Mexico, but they're not America. They're California, the country.
They're California, the country. They can rename themselves.
So they instantly would have to start taking money from. If we're not supporting them, they'd instantly start taking money from another country, and they would be like just an extension of that country. And every country in the world would be lined up to be over the country that is in America. They want the stuff that borders us, dude. You know what they do to have in our mainland? That'd be a war over California if we wasn't protecting it.
I mean, you're probably right, but I also think of it as the fact of like when the very first, Chinese tank hits shipment over there to get set down, we just invade California and take it over.
Yeah.
I'm being ridiculous now, but in my opinion though, like I have such a strong desire to just be like, because you know what happens next, Matt? You know what happens next? Trump does whatever he does. Everybody's so in shock because Trump sent Marines and shipped off all these fuckers, and it gets so perfect. I mean, let's just say this is worst case scenario. Maybe people actually pay attention and they're like, you know what, we don't feel that way, and it all counters whatever's in the rest of the country prevails, and blah blah blah. But what happens when they're like, you know what, we want Gavin Newsom to be the president? Because I think everything in California, the only reason it went bad was because Trump was in office. Gavin Newsom didn't do anything wrong before that. So I mean,
Dude,
why
Gavin
can't he,
Newsom will never be president.
bruh? If it's him,
There's
gonna be
not
him.
enough. That's just people in California
I'm,
believe that, but the rest of
I'm
the
telling
country
you,
has
dude.
to do this voting shit, and
Them
it ain't going.
grandmas, them grandmas think he's got a sweet smile.
There ain't enough of them grandmas, dog.
I'm
There ain't
telling you.
enough of them.
I'm telling you. But if you get enough of them grandmas with the sweet smile and all these jackass little kids setting cars on fire, I promise you that him and AOC as his VP is going to be a problem, dude.
See, I try to be just, I guess, a little more optimistic. I hope our country ain't that fucked. I hope that there's more people in this country that shit would never happen. You know, I know there's, you know, a certain group of people in echo chambers. It makes it seem like a lot online, but I would like to think, like, when you really get to it, there ain't like we seen with this election, that, you know, when it gets down to it, that we ain't going. The Democrats went too far. Look at Trump. He's not in my opinion, he's not a great president, but you know, shit went too far left, and this is now look what we got. If y'all had never went so far left,
yeah, but that's what the things that they use is things like now we've got. He's literally like tear gassing our own citizens because they're trying to protect these families that are having their children ripped away from them.
You seen the news lady get hit with a rubber bullet?
I did, and she was from Australia too.
That's she wasn't even American, dog. That's fucked up.
It's crazy. Hey, guys, listen. In about 2 minutes, we're about to start talking about sports. I'm sorry I had to start the show off with asking about this shit, but that's just crazy, dude.
Jack said Cali got enough money; they could be their own country.
They should, exactly. Let them be, and then they can, you know, hey, we can make some kind of agreement. Like in 10 years, if they ain't trying to be about, you know, if they want to come back into the fold, they can on bended knee. Or, you know, if they're doing fine in 10 years, then good for them. They're paying us tariffs out the ass so they can get produce instead of shipping it across the ocean.
Man, I kind of feel like T Frost though, bro. Once America, you always America. Fuck that. I mean, one part of me feels that way. One part of me feels like, you know, let you know, y'all want to be so anti everything. You know, y'all in your own little world, be y'all's own country then. But then the other part of me is not fuck that. You America for life. We don't give shit back.
This is my thing, though. This is my thing. What are we gonna do? Grab them by the back of the neck and say you have to be? Because listen, dude, this is the realistic part about it. Is when it all boils down to it, there are so many people that live. I mean, let's just use California as an example because that's what we're talking about. Multi generations at this point of people that are directly attached to Mexico because they have allowed so many different pipelines and. I'm not even justifying whether or not these people are right or wrong. I want to come live in America too to make my life better. I'm not saying all of them are criminals or anything like that, but it is what it is. And now here we are. People are getting shit revoked from, say, 15 years ago because they overstayed. And it's like, no, I've been in this community, I've been good working, blah, blah. And that sucks. That's a shit gig. Any of those types of situations where it's like, actually, you know, there was nothing. Somehow this guy.
You would think there'd be a way to siphon through, at least, you know, there'd be instances where people would get caught up, but you would think like, yo, if it's somebody that's been here this amount of time, or if they got a job and they've been working at a company this amount of time, things that would make it obvious that they're not criminals.
Sure.
Let's at least at bare minimum, because I know they're still illegal. You can't say just. You know, they're not going to say we'll just leave them, but let's deprioritize them. Let's put them on the back burner, and let's go after, you know, if you're going to be deporting people, the people that came in, honestly, over the border really the last 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, that was a lot of them, you know.
Yeah.
The media says, you know, you don't know what to believe and everything, but it would seem a lot of them not even Mexican or Spanish. We're talking people from all other countries coming in over the southern border. Start with all that, and then if they've been here before all that, you know, deprioritize and just let it ride. I feel
when it all boils down to it, too, man, it's like a lot of the shit that's going on in California. That is mostly like some Mexican shit, like because a lot of those people are Mexicans. It's like a lot of these people that came in the past 2 years weren't even fucking Mexicans, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because honestly, when it all boils down to it, it ain't gonna get no better if these boys are, if any of these people who are setting shit on fire, because all it's gonna do, Trump last time got mocked for not doing shit about none of that stuff last time. So all it's gonna do is make him escalate and make him, I say him, it's gonna make the Fed escalate and show, hey, we can't let this shit happen. And plus, these motherfuckers in California right now acting like they ready to die about some shit. Like
Yeah.
it ain't like no normal ass like rioting either. And I'm a firm believer of the fact that there's like puppet masters. You know, you saw where they had the cinder blocks and shit laid out again, like they did in 2020. Like in front of this federal office building, somebody had come and placed pallets of bricks for people to
Right.
fucking fling at the federal office building. And it's like, that's not normal. Like, I'm mad at the local government. I'm going to go out and turn, you know, flip a car over and go home tonight type shit. That's like global fucking chaotic order type shit. Like people that are not necessarily global. It's people who are like accelerationist. They put shit like there because they're like, yes, absolutely. We're going to pay. And how's that money? Who funds that? Where does that money come from? Blah, blah, blah. You can talk about it for forever.
Right. Yeah. I kind of feel the same, man. Like I said, you know, I'm all for it. Like under the impression that we deporting criminals. That's what I'm all for it, man. But like I said, you can't tell what's real because both, you know, the news media, one side says one thing, one says the other, and I'm not in California to actually see or know anybody.
Right.
But if they're actually literally like some of these stories, you know, that ABC News you may see or whatever, and I don't know if they're real or not, but like people that's been here for a fucking long time and then raised kids here and shit, their uncles and shit getting taken, you know, deported and
like,
shit. Like, what the fuck?
It's hard to not be sympathetic about that. Like,
right.
man, I feel you, but like
they kids all the way through high school here, graduated, you know, got kids here. That's wild.
Dude, honestly, I think in the next 20 years, or probably say in the next 100 years, it's gonna be white flight, bro. I think that all the whites are gonna move back to Europe because
I'm staying, gang.
I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna happen. They're gonna be like, fuck it, we're going back to the white
What's
aisle.
the percentages? I got my my ancestry, man, so I don't know if it's a certain percentage that you could stay here, man, but I got a lot of different things, so maybe I could convince them that I could stay. That I ain't a pure white, you know what I'm saying? Maybe just let me stay.
Yeah, I'm fucked because like all my shit comes from over out that way. Scotland and France.
Yeah.
I'm cooked, dude.
Right? They're sending us back first. Yeah, they're like, no, you cannot fucking stay.
If I stay here, I'm getting thrown on a pike. That is for sure, bro.
Dude, what if when they send you back, like they pull your ancestry and whatever you got the highest percent of, like that's where you go?
That'd be crazy.
Dude, like you got 33% Ireland. There you go.
Dude, I've got to be honest.
You're Irish now.
Probably, I can probably say this just because I don't have to deal with it. But like, bro, like, hey, you know, if it was a peaceful situation, I'd be like, I mean, of all the places you had to get deported to.
Yeah, Ireland's not bad.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, I probably got some other homies.
And I'm going to start working on my accent immediately.
Yeah. Probably got a couple of homies that'll be like, look, let's get over there with our families and just try to, you know, first couple of years, let's like live in a house together and like try to get back on our feet.
If they're going to give us some money, like they're going to send us over there and set us up, shit, that sounds like a sweet fucking deal, really.
I mean, like I said,
I ain't too, man. I mean, I want to be in America, but if I have to leave,
there's definitely,
like I said, I could be 33% fucking, you know, something real fucked up.
Yeah.
And have to go. They're going to be some people going to be upset.
Yeah, you're like Moroccan or some shit.
Right, some bullshit.
He's Sudanese. They got you over there getting fucking, here you go, bus stop. They can only drop you off at 4 o'clock when there's a ceasefire order. Damn, that shit's crazy. But hey, I tell you what, there's a town in Italy paying people to come live there. Hey, how much are they paying?
Fuck that. There's a lot of old people in Italy, man. Italy is like, during COVID, they lost like a huge fucking chunk of their population because they were all old as shit. And they don't do nothing over there. They just sit around all fucking day.
Yeah, especially apparently they have like a lot of multi-generational households, like where like the families stay together.
Well, they don't work there. Like it's something about their kind. Like they just fucking sit around and
they don't work
do shit. Yeah, they don't work for real. And like nothing's open all during the middle of the day and shit.
They don't work in Italy.
No, though. They sit around and do fucking nothing. That's their whole thing, bro.
I gotta Google
eat fucking pasta, sit around and not do shit.
Okay, Chat G, can y'all still?
That's probably exaggerated, dog, but I'm not far off. They don't do it. Look it up.
That's got to be like the most hating ass shit I ever heard in my life.
Come
That's what
on,
they get.
bro.
That's what they get for having Mussolini. All right, let's see. Can you see it? Nope, because
Nope.
it's not on stage. I'd be forgetting to put it on stage. I'm sorry. All right. Now you can see it. All
Yeah, I
right.
got you.
Dude, why did my homeboy say they don't work in Italy and they are lazy?
You said Ital.
Italy. Sounds like your homeboy's comment is playing into a stereotype or misunderstanding about Italian culture and
Let's
work.
break it down, dog.
Okay, he says they don't work in Italy and they're lazy. What's really going on? This idea usually comes from cultural differences in how work balance is viewed, not actual laziness. Work culture in Italy. Italians do work, but they place a high value on personal time. Yeah, that's a really sweet way to say you're a lazy fuck.
Right.
High value on personal time, family, and quality of life. The
Look,
riposto or siesta tradition, especially in small towns, means some shops close for a few hours
I
midday.
told you, bro. You thought I'm bullshit. They shut down in the middle of the day.
This isn't laziness, it's cultural rhythm.
Yeah, I
Long
want some cold
vacations.
rhythm. Fuck.
Yeah, man, we got shit culture here. Down here
We
in
ain't
this
got no
country.
rhythm over here, bro.
Youth unemployment, bureaucratic red tape, and inefficiency. I don't care about stereotypes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I guess there was some merit, at least, in what you were saying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
maybe it's
That's
just a
just funny
stereo.
as fuck. The
There's
fact that you
probably
just
something
said,
to it.
he said the motherfuckers over there is lazy.
Yeah, bro, they're old. I said old, dog. They old. You know, you be like, there's a lot of old people over there too. Look up their population, like by age. It's vast majority old people. That's why COVID like decimated the population over there because there's so many old people.
How's Italy spelled? Italy. How do you spell Italy? I didn't go to school. Oh, there it is. Italy population. We about to talk about a motherfucker from Italy, all right, or from Spain. That's not
Do age. Do average. Just do yeah. I'm gonna do average age and
the average age is 46. That's not that bad though, right?
all right. Look at average in America. Because I honestly don't know if that's high or not.
38.
Okay. That's all right. I got another fact to make my shit true. It's because all the old ones died in COVID, so now the average age is a lot younger.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah, sounds good.
And they don't be fucking having kids, I guess. But apparently that's a problem across the whole world. You know what else is a problem across the whole fucking world?
I
Everyone
wonder
is
who's having kids the slowest.
some first world country, I'm sure.
It better be fucking North Korea.
It is growing the least.
This about to be a weak bitch ass country right here.
The Vatican City don't count. Why they got that? We don't good. 20 countries with the lowest population growth. North Korea, Austria.
Oh, I told you, dog. I told you. They can't even feed who they got.
Oh my god, dude. Their population growth rate is 0.28%.
All right,
Yeah.
we gotta know, bro. Who's on top of the list? Who be fucking?
It's gonna be
California. They got it in there. Just the state.
it's gonna be China. What country is growing the fastest population?
India. I'm gonna say. I'm going to India.
Oh, it is India.
Boom. Let's go.
God damn. Yeah, that other one that we were talking about that I just named off was 0.20 something, and this one's 99.7.
God, holy shit.
These guys are just literally
They are just fucking. They just. How do they get
fucking.
anything done over there?
Damn, everybody, look at this shit. It says India's population will peak in 2060s.
Oh my god.
Africa is the fastest growing continent, and they're over there trying to kill all the white farmers and shit.
They're so big though. That's got to be just by how many. You know, Africa's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
All the,
talking the continent, like the continent. That's a lot of.
yeah.
They just got more people to be fucking.
Damn, it says right here, according to the UN, all of the predicted growth in the world population between 2020 and 2050 will come from less developed countries, and more than half will come from sub-Saharan Africa. Half of the growth will come from just 8 countries, 5 of which are in Africa.
So it seems like more populated areas are producing less.
Yeah, but I mean, I believe that Africa is on a nonstop path to development as well. So I mean, there's probably going to be a lot of growth there as
They got room over there too. You know what I'm saying? They got
exactly.
room for motherfuckers.
It has become the time. I think that this is going to be like the last half of this century is going to be an absolute fucking like gold rush in Africa because they're going to find a way to fucking make that place functional. Like they're trying, like they're still going to be trying to do it in the Middle East, and it's not going to work. The Middle East is going to forever be the place where they just fucking try out new weapons and let dictators have fun. But Africa, they're going to turn because look, bro, I'm telling you, that shit's crazy. Doesn't matter. You know
Why is
what?
Africa not there already, bro? Everything started there. They have all the resources.
I can tell you why. Because all the people with
We
power
know
and
why.
all the people with power and money for the past 1,000 years hated black people.
I'm about to say it's white. Go ahead, say it's the white people
Yeah, I mean,
kept Africa from being popping. There's no logical reason. If you go back to the beginning of whenever you believe the beginning is, and look at everything that Africa has to offer, and everything, say England and the United Kingdom has to offer, you would never come to the conclusion that the rulers of the world would come from anywhere else but Africa.
yeah,
Where everything's at.
and they did though, because I mean, but it just took a long time for it to. I mean, look, say what we want. The Middle East pulled the ladder up. All them fucking pharaohs and Egyptian kings and shit, they pulled the ladder up. So it's not like the white man was in the control.
It just seems like something
back in.
definitely fucked Africa up. Maybe like they were more advanced and got set back further.
Yeah, I think what it ended up being is where the like society developed as like society and modernized. There was a gateway, and that gateway was in the Middle East, and people and to go over there and develop a jungle. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that like now technology, communication, and everything else has caught up to where Africa can be, but it's just going to be basically exploited. The only reason that these African countries are going to be able to be pulled out of anywhere is by being exploited for a long time. But by the end of this century, they'll have a lot of big, rich, corrupt motherfuckers that will tap in real good with the big, rich, corrupt motherfuckers in the Middle East and in Europe, and they'll be good to go. They'll develop that place as the rest of the first world deteriorates. Places like Africa will arise and some kind of new hegemon pro-Chinese fucking, that kind of shit.
Bro, can I tell you something that cut me deep this weekend?
You can.
Watching SUGA Sean O'Malley walk out to "I'm proud to be an American."
Oh my God! What
with
was
the president of the United States in attendance, and got his ass mauled?
Got dragged around,
dude. I wish he'd have
2.5
played
rounds.
any other song.
Dude, he got posterized, man.
That's what we busting.
Oh.
Hey.
Let's go.
I see some T-Frost wanting to know what packs we busting. I got that Illusions. I never busted an Illusions before.
Yeah, I think I might have a couple of cards, a couple of Illusions.
Yeah, I bought some singles before. This Breeze and Rattler duel that I showed you earlier I could be in this box. It's an Illusions.
Is it really?
Wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, this is one of 99. If I got one of the other ones in this box, that'd be wild.
Oh my God, dude. No way. That'd be nuts. Hang on, let me get you big.
Yeah, number to 99.
That's tight, dude.
I sure hope Radley's that guy.
Yeah, only God
Jack
knows.
does not think he is. Every time I mention Radler in the group chat, Jack is very adamant that he's a fucking scrub.
I didn't realize that Jack was a non-believer.
He's a non-believer in Radler.
Look at how sad this shit is, dude. The soul.
Rain, make it rain, girl, make it.
Can you hear this?
You again.
Sean, I know you made a bunch of
Can you hear? Can you hear that?
Yep.
Okay.
lifestyle changes. You refocused. Give us your thoughts on how you felt this fight was going to go down and when it went wrong.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was gonna go like that. Unfortunately, it is. Rob. Yeah, I just want to stick around and thank everybody that came out and supported us. Like, if it wasn't for you guys, this would be possible. And I feel super, super grateful right now that I get to do this. I have a 2-week at home, a 4-year-old at home, and a perfect wife. So I'm excited to go home and spend some time with them. But Rob,
I'm sure you'll be back to the drawing board, and I'm sure you will come back better than ever. This refocusing will continue, and I'm sure we'll see you again.
100%. Thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you, Sean.
That hurts, dude.
Yeah, bro. And then it's like he did worse. He did worse this time around.
You know what it makes me think of? And it's not the same because it's just not the same, but it makes me think of when Volk went and fought old boy again, Islam. Like the second time he fought him, it was like Volk wasn't more ready for him. He got beat the fuck up, which
but he did have the lean on, oh, I fought really quick back to back.
Yeah, absolutely.
John's talking about all leading up to it. I've changed lifestyle changes. This is the more prepared I've ever been for it. And then you look worse. Start smoking weed again or something.
Yeah. Or maybe the guy is just a fucking maybe because like
did Marab get that much better?
I was about to say Marab is like I mean he has got so good so fast already that like damn I don't know if my shit's like froze or what's up. But yeah, I don't know, dude.
Well, it was tough to see, dude. And then it gets like chokes him out. He's never finished nobody with a choke. Like not even what he's known for, not even a submission guy, and that's how he gets him. Pretty much just mauled him until he gave his neck up.
Yeah, and I mean, and he was cranking it on his neck. At first, I was like, "Does Suga go out?" But I realized no, he's not even choking him. He's just cranking his shit.
Right? Yeah.
Feels like he's gonna die, and that just sucks, man. And Suga had to tap, and Suga had to sit there and like realize that and it's like, bro, we've talked about this before. We've all talked about this. It's like Suga Sean ain't never said nothing or done nothing that's like you can't come back from it. So it's like, hey man, it sucks that you lost, like, and we fuck with you heavy, So it's not like he didn't jump out and call like, Marab's wife a towel or anything like that, like. And it's just, I don't know. It just hurts. It hurts to see him lose. But what I'm mainly wondering is like, okay, well, do we try to get, I mean, we're not Suga Sean. He is, and there's no telling what the UFC is paying him. So do they just book him for like random, does he pursue random fights that just look for good experience? Or is he like, no, I'm going to go back and get the belt? Because I'm just going to be honest. I mentioned it on my other show. I don't see him ever beating Marab. He's certainly not ever going to get a chance to fight him again.
Mm-mm.
So especially not while they're both.
Do you pull the Nate Diaz and you just be the people's champ and fight for big money fights? I don't know if Sean, he might have the star power to do that and just keep hang around doing that, but never really take another shot at the belt.
I think he has the star power to do that. But this is the thing. He would be one of the first people to do that once they've, gone for the belt 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else is like fighting for the belt. And then, you've got like your Dustin Poirier just decided to do that right at the end of his career. He's actually been trying to touch that belt this entire time until, he's like, fuck it, give me Max. That's lit, But in the same breath, I understand some people like they have to give themselves to something to be fighting for.
Right.
But like with Suga Sean, I'm like, hey, bro, you could just chase that bag like today. You know what I'm saying?
It does seem like Suga is like an example of them trying to hype a fighter up. Not before he was ready, but hype, him not being him all the way. I mean, I've always liked Sean, but I've never, really felt like, he was the top of his division, was that guy. I felt like a lot of stuff was gifted to him a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought, he was going to be, I thought he would, work his way up and maybe get the belt or whatever, but not so fast. And I think he got a fast track to the belt.
Dude, he smacked Aljo's ass. He smacked Aljo's lights out.
Yeah.
And then he beat Cheeto Vera, which was a great rival fight. We were glad it happened. He fucked Cheeto up. And I saw, Jack, I see what you said about Peter Yan. He was not necessarily gifted that. He might have been allowed that, but he wasn't. Peter took that fight. Peter probably got paid good money to take that fight, but he did take that fight. And he was in second place, dangling right around, about to get his belt back. And he fought Sean. Now you could argue that he was gifted that fight by the judges. That's an argument. We could go back and watch it. But I mean, Peter Yan was a dumbass to take that in the first place. He was so confident. He was so confident that he was going to beat Sugar Sean's ass, and then Peter Yan let it go to the judges, and nobody ever wants it to go to the judges. I don't want it to go to the judges, even if it's in the favor of someone I like, because then you have to hear or be, I don't know. I think that Sugar Sean could have lost that fight, in my opinion. He got a really nice knee. He was beat him up, but it went to the judges, and Sugar Sean is the company boy, so they're obviously going to probably lean towards Sugar Sean. With that being said, like I said, he did defend that belt a couple of times, but it happens like a tale as old as time, man. An ultimate nut hugger is going to keep that belt. When did a nut hugger lose the belt, to be honest? When does a nut hugger lose the belt? They have to give it up.
Well, who you think? I mean, just think of Marav Islam. Who's taking it from him?
Nobody. They'll give them
right?
up.
Really? Who's going to take them from him?
They'll relinquish those titles, and then
man, why can't the fighters that the ones you want to be him? Why do they always end up not to be him? And it always ends up who you want to not be him. That's who's really him.
It's the journey. I mean, Israel was him. In all defense,
I mean, he ran through his shit, dog. Yeah, I mean, everything has to come to an end. He wrote his shit till it came to an end.
Yeah. But he definitely was him. You can't be him forever without steroids and beating the mother of your children. But you can't be him forever. He was him for a good substantial period of time. And look, dude, it took us a long time to start liking him as a fandom. Kamaru Usman was him. You know what I'm saying? He held shit down, and he was like one of those guys that, like, he was a wrestler, but over time he just started smoking motherfuckers with his hands. He was a bad man, and then something happened, and I think it's the same thing that happened with Izzy. I don't know what it was. Maybe just one day that was enough, and they just can't. They're not getting back on their flow. But it happens.
I'm ready for the Dagestan female, like we're talking last episode, to come in and take over.
It's not gonna happen.
Female division, bro.
It's not gonna happen. They don't let them, dude.
That's the last thing. I was just sitting here thinking, like, man, they really could get enough in here, even though Umar lost. But I mean, they're really trying to take over, and they really could. All of them get the belts and hold it down. But then it just makes me think they would have to get a female fighter in here to do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just don't know.
But, like, dude, look at it. What's the cat that beat Piera? What's his name? Ankalaev?
Dude, I'm gonna let you say all the dudes' names.
I think his name's Ankalaev. Ankalaev. There he is. Magomed Ankalaev.
Yeah, he's almost like an Amish.
Yeah, but he's one of them. He's one of them boys.
Yeah.
Let's see right here. He says he's Russian. But you already know them motherfuckers. They all one and the same at this point.
Dude, Islam is so good, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
As soon as he developed a stand-up, dude, a striking, bro, savage.
That's Abraham Lincoln. Boy got American roots.
That's what I say. Like an Amish motherfucker. He don't look like your typical Dagestan.
Absolutely not.
But he fight like one.
He do got some hands.
I wish I just respected it a lot more, because then it would be, not that I don't respect it. I do. I watch mixed martial arts because I do like all of it.
Yeah.
But, you like the excitement. It's not as exciting, getting the win, just, laying on somebody, mauling them, getting the win. Now, with that being said, Islam, his fights have gotten a lot more exciting because he's got a little. He'll knock your ass out too. Now.
I was just about to say, you let him hit that, poke that stiff arm out on you. He gonna
Right.
knock you, fucking hit you in the jaw. With
Islam's gotten a lot more. He's more exciting to me than Khabib ever was.
Yeah. I just can't stand that fucking nut hugging. It just gets to me, to be honest. And
But
like,
dude, just think about you. I mean, it's mixed martial arts. It seems like at the end of the day, that is the ultimate technique.
it is.
You can't beat it. No matter how of a badass you are, you cannot fucking beat it. If I can drag your ass to the ground and tire you out and maul you, it don't matter who you are.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's the final form, honestly. It's the final form of the whole, like, you know, I'm smaller, or I'm small, and that guy is much bigger than me. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can just overpower someone, you can beat them. But see, dude, that's what makes it even more fucking amazing as far as talent goes, because all these motherfuckers have to weigh the exact same amount.
Yeah.
They weigh the exact same amount when they fight each other. And that is insane because
Well,
it's
not
all,
when they fight. When they
it's-
weigh in, they probably
well,
weigh way different from each other a lot of times when they fight.
yeah, that's true, but it's just like they can only get so far in a certain direction, and they're
Right.
both probably trying to put more weight on. But let's just think of, it's all about weight distribution, like fucking where you put your weight and your angle. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously anybody who watches the sport knows what the fuck I'm talking about, but there's something interesting to it. There's obviously a science
Do
to
you
it.
think though, like this, so like the Dagestan and all these guys, Islam, Khabib, you know, they use the rules for their style to be so dominant. So I guess what I'm getting at, in a street fight or a real for your life fight,
Yeah.
where all rules go out the window, is that really the ultimate technique? It's the ultimate, it seems like, in the UFC, where, you know, you got the rules and all that. But outside of that, like, you're really fighting for your life. It's John Jones and Khabib in a fucking room.
Yeah.
You know, John Jones ain't a good example, but, you know,
Yeah.
that's who Dana White would say, John Jones and Khabib. But, you know, you put a guy, you know, you fight for your life. There's no one going to stop anything. There's no rules. It's just two dudes. Is it the same?
Yeah,
Are they as dominant?
If your chin and your fist are as hard as a brick shithouse and you can overpower your opponent, you definitely would love to have that skill set in a street fight over being able to have quick hands and great footwork. Because I mean,
Just for example, though, like, you know,
I'm spear tackling you and smashing your face into the asphalt, bro. Like,
I mean, I get they ain't got to follow the rules either, but like, you just say, like, we could do soccer kicks. You can knee a downed opponent. You could do all these things that works in the benefit for their technique that you can't do that in a UFC fight. So when all that's out the window, you know, it just makes me wonder, is it still as effective against another skilled fighter? They're in a nut hugger.
I was about to say, I guess your opponent can do some other outlandish shit too.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to just be you. But all right, so I know you got the I guess the next fight is what's the next one? I guess we might as well check that out while we're still talking about UFC before I move on randomly. UFC fight. UFC fight. Okay, there we go. The next fight is Whitaker versus De Ridder, right? Is that what that says? Nope.
Fight Nights Usman coming up.
That's going to be Saturday. Yeah. And then it's going to be Hill versus Roundtree Jr. And then UFC 17 is Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira, Alexander Pantoja, and Kai France, which is for see, what's crazy is the flyweight fight is for a belt, but the Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira is headline.
Yeah, the main event. Right. It's crazy. But it's about star power, bro. That's how you get the main events. How many times has Nate had a main event and won him 4 damn belt?
Yeah, no shit. I mean, and it's about them pay-per-views too, you know, because this is a pay-per-view, and it's like, it's just lit to have, like, not have a belt at the top, so you know people are anticipating this. But if Ilia Topuria wins this fight, bam, he's gonna fight Islam Makhachev in like Spain or Abu Dhabi. You know what I'm saying? Like, hands down,
right.
That's what's about to happen. And that shit would be crazy, by the way. But yeah, and Alexander Pantoja versus Kai Kara France, people typically, as far as the men's divisions go, flyweight is typically the least
Yeah.
that anybody gives a fuck about. But Kai Kara France is from the same spot over there where they'd be fighting at. Izzy and them are fighting out of, and Volk and stuff. So he's cool. He's like Australian or some shit like that.
New Zealand. I'm
Yeah.
pulling for Charles, man. I hope he.
Yeah, dude.
I hope he does it, man.
I just hope that Ilya doesn't touch his chin, bro. I just hope that Ilya doesn't touch his chin.
I seen he did that interview. Say he feels the best he's ever felt this weight.
Yeah,
And
dude.
if he touches his chin, he's going out.
Oh no, dude, that makes me so nervous. I just feel like he's gonna get mopped the fuck up, bro.
Dude, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm stoked. Yeah, I think everybody wants Charles to win. Dude, why? I mean, Ilya's good. Why is he so unlikable?
Because he's good and he's not our guy.
Yeah, but why isn't he our guy? I don't understand. I don't understand it. It's not because he's not American. McGregor, was everybody's guy. He just ain't got it, bro. Just something about him. As far like he's got it as far as fighting. I'm saying is
hey, listen,
likable.
whenever it connects, as long as he doesn't lose, and he keeps that attitude and it connects with the people, he'll be fine, bro. I mean, he'll be out of this world. I don't give a fuck about Ilya Topuria other than the fact that I want to see him lose because fuck you, bro.
Right.
You're smashing all my champions. So yeah, maybe that's got a reason why I don't like him. He beat the fuck out of Max. He beat the fuck out of Volk. You know what I'm saying? He beat the fuck out of Volk and didn't even let Volk run it back. He said, y'all can have this belt. I'm going to do some other shit. And that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
So,
him.
I mean, like I said, you'll respect it eventually. I remember when, what's his name? Tyron Woodley fought Kamaru Usman. I hated Kamaru Usman. I was like, man, and I didn't even like Tyron Woodley. I think Tyron Woodley is such a dork and such a square. He should be on like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette looking like a simp on there or something. But like, I hated it when Kamaru Usman won. I was like, damn, who the fuck is this dude? And then come to find out his nickname is the Nigerian Nightmare. And he was a beast. He was ripped as a motherfucker. And then by the time he lost, I was like, damn, I fuck with Leon, but like, I didn't really want to see Kamaru Usman lose like this.
Right. Dude, what a time in UFC when you had the three kings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, what a time.
Yeah.
McGregor was still fighting. It was litty. Dude, who yeah. I mean, straight savages all at the same time. And now, I mean, I just don't know who's about to run it back up. Who's the next guy? Who's next up, man? It ain't Sean. Patty's got some steam with him. We'll see.
I mean, see, and the reason why it's so hard to say, we're so quick to say it ain't Sean. I just don't think Sean's gonna be fighting that long, bro. I think he's gonna dip out and go do some other shit. I think.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's not Sean, right? He would rather do some internet shit type shit than, he's smart because I think he knew that straight up. That's why he immediately started doing it.
Right. I mean, and like he could make money doing something else too, bro. I think he'd be just fine.
Right. But I think it would be more money had he kept winning. Whatever the stuff he's going to do outside of fighting would have been worth a lot more had he kept winning.
Yeah, he's going to go fight Jake Paul.
God, Jake Paul would destroy his little skinny ass.
I'm gonna tell y'all a guy who he's a unique fella. He's got almost like he's got his own little unique image about himself. Y'all probably seen him on some undercards before, and he did lose his last fight, but he's got another fight coming up, and I've got faith in him. And I have forgotten his name. He's a little weird dude with curly hair. He almost looks like a young Corey Parks. That sounds weird.
Not the one that fought at 17 though.
Not him.
Raul Rojos or whatever his name is.
Not the one with the lip.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy
Clef.
Yeah, Wayne Clef Jr. And I know I'm going to find him on one of these fight cards. I don't remember which fight it was that he lost on. Otherwise, I'd go look there. But, am I ever going to find his name? This guy's going to be a star, though, if he gets back on a winning streak. I'll tell you that much. Because he's got like a persona to him. Oh, my God, dude. Did I tell you about the Maga Madoff, the Shara, the Bullet card that I sold?
No.
Okay, so I got one that was like a 1 of 75 or something, right? And do you know who the Bullet is? You know which guy I'm talking about? The redheaded Dagestanian that was a kickboxer.
Is the one with the messed up eye?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he retired because I thought like he got like medical, like I can't fight because of my eye.
Right.
So I just fucking got rid of that card, bro. Like I sold it, like for not that much, maybe
Right.
maybe $1 or $2 more than what I got it for. And I just saw 2 days ago that he's on a fucking fight card coming up, and I'm like, no.
He's the one that I think that Khabib kicked him out, wouldn't let him train with him because he wouldn't cut his hair.
Hell yeah, stick it to the man, bro.
So,
Fuck you, Khabib. But no, let's see. Man, Bilal Muhammad, he is not a star. He fucking
trash.
sucks. I don't know, dude. I don't really think there's a lot of people. I think you could get a star out of Corey Sandhagen.
We about to go through a drought, I think, bro. UFC went through a pretty good drought before, I'd say, right before before Ronda Rousey. Like it went through a drought. Like there was no just big stars. We had it early on, and then didn't have them. Then Ronda Rousey, she was before McGregor, and then McGregor just blew it all up again. Then we had a bunch of stars after that, but I don't know, man. Unless it's somebody that's about to just explode that we don't even know yet. It's about to explode onto the roster.
Yeah.
Current fighters, I don't see it.
And it's like I'm going back through some of these fights, like looking for people. I think Diego Lopez could be a star.
Yeah, I like him.
He's just not an American, and he, you know,
he just lost too.
Yeah, but I mean, look at who he lost to. I mean, he was on like a 15 fight win streak, and he lost to like a goat. So it's like, hey man, you're still in the top 5. You got all the way to the fight for the belt. I mean, hang in there. You know what I'm saying? Like he seems like a young, hungry guy too. So I don't think that this Joe Pfeiffer guy. I don't know. Did he win the other night?
Yeah, he won.
Okay, yeah.
I think he won. He was on the prelim, or he was one of the first fights.
He's a badass. Of course, Kevin Holland somehow manages to keep getting those W's when they matter, which is crazy. Oh man, I forgot Leon. This Sean Brady guy right here too, man. He's only got 1 loss, and he's been fighting his ass off, and he just beat Leon Edwards. So chances are he's gonna be fighting for the belt soon. I'm not saying, but none of these people that I'm mentioning, by the way, do I expect to be some fucking groundbreaking life changers. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately.
Yeah, nothing too exciting coming out of the UFC. It's looking like anytime soon.
Yeah, definitely not. Before we get into our card break coming up, I assume that you're going to bust open some cards here shortly.
Yeah.
I know you got that. I know you got that one you just showed us earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You got any more cards this week you want to brag about?
Yeah, a few little mail calls came in. Let me see.
While you're looking for something, I will point out that my boy got Pokemon cards, and me and him have played 3 full games of Pokemon since yesterday.
Hey, let's go. I hit some. You want to see those hits this week too? Hold up.
Yeah, let's see.
Come on, bro.
Okay, hell yeah. I don't know what that. Oh, that's Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
Mew 4.
All right, hold up. We had a couple little bangers this week. This is out of an old box that me and Mason pulled. He had in his closet that we forgot about. Pulled this out of it.
Oh,
this is from a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think you showed me that one.
And this one.
That's badass.
Yeah, a bunch of my kids are so into it. I'm constantly pulling Pokemon cards with them. So it's fun. Mason's into sports cards, though, but my girls are all into Pokemon cards. Hey, yeah, I did get that Kool-Aid.
Which
I didn't
one?
know. He's talking about me outbidding him on the Kool-Aid purple.
Oh.
Man, you got me on like the Spencer Rattler. Shane was way much. I didn't really know how it worked. It was my first time bidding on there, and Shane was way faster. And you got me on one or two of the Spencer Rattlers.
Hey man, I accidentally sniped Cam out of one. I don't even remember what it was. Cam said, "Bruh."
Hey, I did. I bought into that. I bought into that 10 megabox break earlier. That I told you I hit.
Oh yeah.
A Kool-Aid, patch.
A Kool-Aid patch?
Yeah, a Kool-Aid patch. And the rest was just like I think a Lave, a Spencer Rattler rookie, like rated rookie, nothing real big. The biggest thing was the patch. So the Saints spot was $22. So I got burned, but I didn't get burned too bad. It was fun watching them open 10 megas.
That's badass, man. Hey, before you start doing anything else, I got a couple of oh, check this shit out right here. Look at this. I probably showed y'all this actually. I feel like I sent this.
Jackson Dart, nice.
Jackson fucking Dart, dude. Look at that. I don't even know what kind of. Hang on. It's just a Bowman U. I'm sure it's got some kind of special name because the artwork looks sick as fuck.
Dude, I went through.
Tight.
Hell yeah, it's tight. Do you seen them anime ones they got? They're pulling right now out of them Tops boxes. They just pulled the. Yeah, it's like, and I forget. I don't know what the variation's called or whatever. It's like anime. You know, it's an anime.
Yeah.
You'll be the player, but drawn like anime.
That's tight. I got.
They just pulled a Wimbiana one, dude. Yesterday they posted for 150,000.
Holy shit!
The one of one, but yeah.
I got this. I think Cam was on there with me when I bought this shit. It's a metal card. It's John Elway.
Nice. Big John fan, are you?
I've just been trying to collect a bunch of quarterbacks, man. That's really all it is. Peyton Manning. I got a Peyton Manning card too. Just off that same shit that we were all three on the other night. Oh, me and Cam were talking about, like, that shit's cool, bro. Like, it's cool when you're in like one of them auctions, and Cam's brother was in there with us too.
Dude, it's fun. I definitely see how you get. Here's the card. So you get caught up in it and can very quickly overpay for a card. But I'm also like, fuck it, it was worth it.
Yeah.
To pay a little extra for the card, it was fun. That's like with these breaks, dude. It's fun watching them open 10 mega boxes. And you get, and I did the Saints. You get in any of the Saints, it's fun. All right, these are two that I got this week. I probably showed you already, but I'll show them. Got this one. This one's numbered. What's it numbered to? 25.
Yeah, man, that shit's hard, bro.
And then I got this rookie Camaro. It's pretty cool.
Oh man! Oh, I was about to say it looked like it's got a spot for an auto on there. As I say, no way.
And dude, so I bought a Bowman box, and it was college. It was an accident. Yeah, I didn't know it was college. I bought it on accident, so I opened them. This was like last year sometimes. I just threw this well before the draft. Threw it up, grabbed what I thought was good out of there, the obvious hits, and threw the rest back in the box and threw it under my shelf.
Right.
Well, it's after the draft, and I went through them the other day.
Okay.
And hold up. Well, I got this was well before this. Anybody was talking about this guy, so I didn't save his card. But I got a Scatterboo.
Scatterboo, what a name!
All right, but let me see. There was one. I got Will Campbell, but the main one I wanted to show if I could find it. Oh, I can't find it now. I pulled a David Neal. We ended up taking him in free agency as our running back, and I had one of Brandon. Pulled one of his cards and just threw it in this box. I don't know where it's at now, but yeah. And then I had this Ryan Williams in there. This kid's gonna be a stud.
Yeah, that's a cool looking card too.
Yeah, I don't really mess with the college cards because they don't really hold much value at all.
Yeah,
but they're fun to pull.
You never know though. Maybe you'll get like a.
This is what the next big hit's in.
The illusions. Cam, did you see that mosaic Drew Brees he had? I was about to say, I don't know if Cam was watching when that shit was on, but Cam's like, yeah, I saw it all, bro. That shit is hard though. But yeah, so look at that motherfucker. Hang on just a second, man. Wait just 1 second. Oh shit. I want to see that big. That's big.
Get it lined up.
That's such a. It just looks so cool, man. And I guess the white matching with the white on him, and then it looks gold, and then the gold matching on him. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to look that way, but it looks cool.
Hell yeah.
And you said it's a 1 of 25?
It's 24 of 25, yeah. 1 of 25.
No, that shit's nice.
Y'all, I got to cheat too because I got to have a Facebook group and not eBay.
You said you got it out of a Facebook group?
Yeah.
Huh. That's crazy.
I can get them a lot cheaper in there sometimes.
See, I don't be on Facebook, but man, it sounds like that would be a good reason to have an account on Facebook. So when you buy something from somebody on there, you just like hit them up on Cash App or PayPal or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. I just hit them up, usually Venmo or PayPal.
Yeah,
you
just trust them?
No, there's a lot of these groups are like these people when they post their cards, they'll like the admins will vet them. There's only they'll vet you before they let you post for cards, or they'll say such and such can vouch for me. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. People get scammed every day, nonstop in these groups. You just gotta kind of be smart about it.
Right. You just have to do normal shit. We all grew up on the internet. I just think like places like eBay and stuff, they're like, hey bro, if somebody fucks you, we'll get your money and then we'll deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
no, you can definitely lose money. And I have before. I have lost money scammed out of card before.
Hell yeah. Or hell no, that sucks.
But hey, thanks, you bastard.
I'm about to go get a dip, and when I get back, if you want to, you can start bussing if you want to get that
bust
ready.
Down, all right.
Bust down on the game. I'll be right back.
Let me see what even our hits can be. Got orange Starburst, trophy collection teal, numbered to 175. Rookie signs orange. Great expectations, gold and black, numbered to 25. Mystique, orange rainbow. Illusionist, orange rainbow. Clutch, orange rainbow. Abracadabra, orange rainbow. Amazing, Game Magicians, Shining Stars. Halo Heroes, rookies. All right. On average, one memorabilia and autograph. That probably means I ain't gonna hit either one. Six packs. Yeah, my man must have had to run to the store to get the dip.
Everybody got jokes. Everybody's a comedian. I had to piss too. I'll be on that diet. Right. Got me up all night.
Got 6 packs.
Okay.
The illusions.
I'm about to solo.
I'm about to same thing. Bo Nix. We after Bo.
I mean,
Bo Daniels Radler.
We probably need to have a serious conversation about the fact that we're always up for Bo.
Come on, man. I think deep down it's because we still love Sean.
Is that it? Or is it just because Bo would be a good card to have because he might be him this year? I swear.
I think he hit sophomore slump.
Every auction that I'm in, bro, everybody's looking for some motherfucking Bo. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm looking for Bo too. But
right. Dude, Radler has been heating up on Whatnot and eBay. Like,
yes, sir.
You got to be sniping to get his cards now. People are, maybe because, like, you can get his stuff cheap and there's a chance that he could be the starter. So they're just buying it because it's cheaper. Yeah. But it's driven the price up a little bit. And his cards definitely got a lot of traction right now. There is no shuck cards. You know what I'm saying? So.
I mean, I've got one, but
NFL cards.
Yeah, absolutely. This is some fucking podunk shit.
Yeah. I think he's got some wild card stuff out.
Yeah, I don't even remember what brand this one was.
All right. You ready? Start the first one.
All right, let's cook.
hits in the first pack. What?
Oh my god, I thought that was a card. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
All right, look, we got both cards are turned opposite ways off the rips. I don't know if that means one of these are something special. But we got Trey Hendrickson. Here, let's go this way. We got Marvin Harrison. Look, Shining Stars, Marvin Harrison, off the rip.
Okay.
Off rip.
Shining Star, Marvin.
All right. Who we got here?
What is
AJ Brown.
Okay. I'm putting you full screen on my TV too. On my shit. Okay.
Adam Thielen. Xavier Leggett. The whole country ball. Who we got here? Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams.
How do you feel about those base cards?
They're okay.
Look, kind of looks like they're trying to figure out what was going on with them.
All right.
Making them.
DJ Moore, dude, lots of Bears players
See,
back
I
to
like
back
this.
right there.
I like this better, not just because it's Joey B, but I like
Joey
this
B.
better.
Look at this, dude. I'm just
right behind him, dude.
No, listen. I just did that with the Bears. I just did 3 in a row for the Bears. I did DJ Moore, Rome, and Caleb Williams back to back. Look at this. Look at these last three.
Oh shit. Let's go.
Trey Hendrickson, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow. That's crazy.
I wonder if that's
Back
common.
to back.
I wonder if that's common in these packs because that's hard.
That's crazy.
It's also like it's an illusion when you hold them all together. It makes the cards make sense, bro.
Illusion.
Illusions.
All right. Moving on. Pack 2.
Yeah,
that AJ Brown is pretty sick. You're an Eagles fan. Dude, I opened the pack and got a glimpse of the first card. I'm just going to show you.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Is it Kittle? Looks like, who is that?
Dude, it's an illusion, bro.
George Kittle. Game Magicians.
Cook. Long hair, don't care. That's pretty tight looking card, too.
Kind of psychedelic.
I don't know why they did the text gold, though. Like, they should have did the text something else. Oh, no, it kind of matches the pants, I guess.
Hey, look, just like that AJ Brown, we got his quarterback. We got AJ Brown's quarterback. Same card. Let's go.
Oh, man. Okay, so that's crazy. What if the next pack has somebody else, a gold from the Eagles?
That would be crazy. Another Marv. Got a rookie right there, Marvin Harris.
Oh, shit.
Michael Penix got us another rookie. Bijan.
Atlanta.
Oh, Kirko.
Oh,
look, 3 in a row. What the hell, bro? 3 in a row again. Come on. What is going on here? We better hit the Saints like this.
You just got Kirk,
Bijan,
and Michael in the same thing. Lamar. Let's cook. Look
what's behind them, bro. I'm not joking. What's behind them? 3. They must be a theme in these packs, bro.
Let's cook. This is lit. This is great.
Look.
Derek fucking Henry. Look, you're getting
who's this? Cool this Zay Flowers, ain't it? It's Zay Flowers, ain't it?
Derek Henry. Oh,
no, the next. Oh, they hit us with the whole fucking switcheroo with that one. Then we got a Bryce Young.
Okay.
Can't say that's a pretty cool card.
Yeah, it's tight. I like
Dude, that was crazy with the 3s.
Yeah.
Dude, if they don't hit us with a 3-pack with the Saints,
why you even want that? You know what you're gonna get. It's gonna be fucking Derek Carr and Aaron Brooks and Eli Apple.
All right, we got cards flipped on both sides. I'm gonna go this way. We got a Jordan Love put in here backwards. All right, it's like that other card.
Psychedelic, trippy.
Jordan Love, Game Magicians.
Gold makes sense for him.
Let me see. This card's in here backwards. Got the Jets, Garrett Wilson.
He looks like he's dancing. Baltimore.
Derrick Henry. Look, another Baltimore.
Kyle Hamilton. Uh-oh. Oh, Bryce Young again. Adam Thielen again.
Not another one, bro. Another. That's 3 Panthers in a row. No way, it's 3 Bears again.
Dude, this is not good. This is not
3
good.
Bears again. If this is the Bears in the back,
This
I'm going
is
to. What
not
the
good.
fuck?
This is not
It's the
good.
same 3. Caleb, Rome, and DJ. It's the same 3.
Repeat. This is not good.
Dude, this fucking box is trash, dude. How did I just opened 2 of the same fucking bag?
Oh,
But they're gonna make up for it, bro. Panini ain't gonna do us like this because when they put a banger in the box, they can't give you all that heat.
Hey, look, we can't give up on them yet.
Let's go. Let's go, bro. We got a Jamar Chase.
Cook.
We got a
Okay.
Jamar Chase.
Okay.
I ain't
Cook.
mad at that. We heating up. What we got?
Russell Wilson. Let's not
What
get
the
carried
fuck?
away.
All right, chill out now. Chill out.
We need to start ranking these on a oh shit, what is that? Let's cook, dude. What is this?
Oh, I can see through this bitch.
What the fuck is going on? It's an illusion. Mystique, Roman Wilson. He looks like a freak
Rookie card.
in the boot. Okay, good for him, right?
Yeah, it's like one of them see-through cards. You can see. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
I just saw his scrote. That's all I saw. Straight scrote.
Stephon.
Okay.
AR.
Anthony.
Mitchell.
Three Colts.
You already know. 3 Colts.
Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, 4 Colts.
Oh, don't play.
Oh, they're going crazy. Gotta be a Jag in the back. You already know it.
Trevor.
T-Law to finish it out.
Let's go.
All right. We haven't hit a patch or nothing. I know it says on average, but I'm going to be pissed if I don't get nothing. We haven't hit a patch or auto.
Dude, we need
off
to start,
the rip. Open up.
We got to start keeping a ledger. That's it. Oh shit. Okay, that's nice,
Kelsey.
Dude. We need to
A
start
ledger.
we got to rank these boxes, dude, as each of us do them.
One thing I've noticed I do, dude, I will set cards to the side and they're numbered, and I didn't notice. So I'm really trying to check them now.
Yeah.
I'll go back like a week later and look like, oh man, that card was numbered. They'll put it in weird spots. I wish they put all the same spots.
TJ Watt, that's cool. That's a good looking card.
They need.
Oh man, you're about to go on a Lions tear.
Oh god. As long as it ain't no golf.
Sam Laporta, shout out.
That ain't a rookie. No, it ain't a rookie. That was
Christian
Watson. He can't stay healthy.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love again. Got him already.
Josh
Jacobs.
Dingle
There's our 3. Oh, 4.
4. Luke.
4. CJ.
Oh, that's nice.
Tank Dell. Who you got? Nico, of course. Okay.
How many packs we got left?
We down to the last pack, yo.
Okay.
So this
one.
Roman Wilson clear card's probably the hit so far. If I had to pick one. Hits seem like an illusion in this box.
Yeah.
Right. Got Brock Purdy with
Shout
the
out
game.
Brock. That's
Magicians.
cool. That's cool. Saquon.
We got Saquon.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Are we happy? Or are we sad?
I think I'm kind of sad.
Is he like their quarterback? Or is he like a second
No.
quarterback?
Andre Ware, I don't know if he's an old player or an unknown bench warmer, but I don't know this guy.
Damn.
Who knows this guy?
Does anyone know this man?
That was my damn patch card.
That guy might have got picked up on Skid
old
Row,
player.
so.
That's what I was figuring. He's probably an old player. Well, maybe he's got some fans. That's better than an unknown player.
CeeDee Lamb.
Go on, Cowboys run.
Derek Carr.
Oh, no. Dak.
Almost Derek Carr. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, boy.
Dude,
Yeah,
let's
boy.
fucking cook.
Let's boy.
Go. Worth it. I'm glad you spent your money on that. It's worth
All
it.
right.
Jared.
And you know what, man? I'm gonna put this in a penny sleeve. This one's yours
Hell yeah.
for your PC.
Motherfucking
At least somebody hit something.
You never did know, dude. Maybe in like by the time Mason's in college, Andre Ware might have a resurgence.
Oh no.
Maybe you'll know who he is by then.
I'll definitely be looking to see if there's a market for him, but I'm highly doubting it.
Was there any numbered cards in that?
Not off first glance, and I caught myself checking pretty good, so no, I don't think any of them were numbered. But dude, sometimes they put them in tricky spots. Which is clear, weird one was numbered.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Roman Wilson rookie card.
Yeah. Okay. Play me the fool. Hang on just a second. Hang on just 1 second. 1 second. I accidentally. Boom. Show it again. Let's see. Roman Wilson, you say is his name?
Yeah.
I'm so unfamiliar with this young man.
Well, it's a rookie card, so
yeah, Roman Wilson, 23 years old, gets it mentally now. He's really caught your eye. I don't know what that's talking about. Is Roman Wilson playing? Hamstring will not be active. That's got to be old. I mean, they don't have any games going right. Ooh. He was born in 2001. That is crazy. Working like a man of flame. Well, I guess we'll see. Maybe that'll be a good card. Here comes the future.
We'll see. I'll look up, see if I can find some comps.
Yeah. So we need to do our we need to get together and do a fucking auction.
Dude, that would be so lit.
Look,
I have so many cards, dude.
I know. Like we could just, man, like Cam had me talking about it. I don't know if he's still in chat, but Cam had me thinking about it and looking at it and stuff. And dude, what we need to do is like plan that bitch like a week or so in ahead. And we just need to like get all of our cards organized and stuff like that. And we could tell our friends and be like, hey, look, if y'all want to check out the podcast, but you could also check out Get On Whatnot. I don't know if they got referral codes. That'd be lit as shit if they got referral codes on Whatnot.
Hell yeah.
Because then we could just tell all of our homies that we've got that aren't already on there. We'd be like, look, now's your time to get in and just buy from us on this one Saturday, you know, or some shit like that. But
dude, I'll be 100% down. I didn't even show you the amount of UFC cards. I went through and organized them all. The amount of UFC cards I got to get rid of is crazy. Yeah. Also. Yeah. And football.
We'll start that dialogue and make that happen because I'm down. I dude, fucking Cam. I know you're still there. He's expressed a great deal of interest in it as well. And dude, I got all these cards too that I'd be like, yeah, I got this card. And it's like, hell yeah. And it's like, but I'd sell it. You know what I'm saying? I'd have sure. And on my eBay, I haven't been putting up very much UFC stuff because I think we could have a pretty solid UFC auction with my collection, and in addition to whatever you've got that you'd be wanting to sell. But I have a lot of UFC cards that I'd be happy to sell for $2 to $7.
Right. It'd be lit too, just be bullshitting.
Oh yeah,
getting rid of them.
Fuck yeah, and just stay on there as long as we're selling them. And like one of the things you see people do too, man, is like because people are coming in and out of those auctions constantly, even the ones that don't have many people in them. And it's like, dude, you just pull back a card that you tried to sell earlier, you know, and then it'll sell. Like these people will, you know, so you see a card come back around, it didn't sell earlier, but then it sold for $8, $9 later on. It's just like bingo. But
so I'm going through and making sure none of these numbered and slipped through, but it's looking like we in fact did not hit any number cards.
Hell yeah. Well,
shitty.
I don't really understand how a box of that caliber wouldn't come with at least 2 or so numbered cards. You know what I'm saying?
But here we are. Which that last one, I didn't think it did, but I went back and seen that Aiden Hutchinson Foundations card was numbered, so it did have one numbered in it.
Right.
Did I show you? Yeah, I think I showed you this one.
Yeah,
I put it on here earlier.
Oh yeah, you did. That shit is so hard, bro.
Hey. Oh, I'll show it again. I got that in the middle of the day.
That
And
one's
then-
worth showing off a lot.
Your bow.
Shout out to Bo, man. Look at him.
Shout out, Bo, motherfucking Knicks.
If I ever sell off my Bo Nix collection, I'll make sure I'll make sure that whatever I buy with it, I share with the members and the devout followers of this podcast.
Man, I'm a believer in Radler, man. Fuck that shit. I hope he's our guy. I'm gonna see. I'm going to the OTAs Wednesday. So I'm gonna try to get, lay some eyes on them, some real eyes on, see what's going on.
Are you gonna get him to try to sign a card or something?
Well, the thing they sent me the email, like just telling me that it's coming up and stuff, and there's like at the end of it is like a designated area and time for autographs for whatever players are available. So, dude, I'm bringing all my Saints base cards, or one for whoever. That way, no matter who's there, I have something. So I'm gonna bring all the bases I got of active players and try to get them signed.
That's
for my PC,
Hell yeah. Dude, I mean, hey, it's the beginning of a new era. It might be pretty sick to have a lot of those autographs. You never know. I mean, it's gonna be sick even if they go, 0 for 14 or something like that, but still to have those autographs, that's awesome.
Who you PC, Cam? Who's your PC cards? NFL and UFC, if you do UFC. Because, dude, I got so many. I like the idea of trading too, dude. That's why I like the Facebook groups I'm in, because you do a lot of trading in there. Like, I like actually trading cards. Like, I'll put a whole lot together of, like, say the 49ers or whatever, and then just trade it off for a whole Saints lot. Even if it's base cards for base cards, it's still,
Hey,
I'm cool with having them.
That's smart right there.
It only works with there's so many teams, the Cowboys, like certain teams it's easy to do it with, but there's certain ones that it's hard to it's hard to trade them. Nobody want them.
I got that young Cam right here. That Malik Neighbors. I got your stack by my keys, Cam. I got some I'm bringing Cam to work. But I ended up getting 2 of these. Hey, Cam, because I love and respect you, I'm giving you the one that has the mag on it. I got 2 of these, but one of them has a mag on it. So that was that one that got an auction last week. That's just hard. Jackson Holiday.
Dude, so far it's been the UFC Finest box and the Rookies and Stars box are the winners still so far.
Yeah, that Rookies and Stars is crazy that one has shined.
Right, it'll be a lower end box. I've really had high hopes for this Illusions, but dude, trash, really. I had 2 packs of like the same thing.
Yeah. Damn.
Cards do look cool. These Game Magicians, they look really cool though. But
I got you, bro. I got you. And yeah, they do the special ones that were in each pack. I think you got like a Jordan Love one and
George Kittle, Jordan Love.
Whatever the psychedelic, we were joking about the psychedelic looker one or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Brock Purdy and Jamar Chase, which this one's cool. I PC Jamar Chase, so I like this one.
Yeah, that's tight. Yeah, those are cool. Unique, colorful. Think about throwing it in a mag, and it would look even cooler.
Yeah, no. When I look at the edges there, I don't know if you see it. This shit's like somebody been fucking gnawing on them. Straight out the pack.
What is the good shit, bro? What is it? I know we settle all the time, but what is the good shit? Like, what is the shit that we should be buying right now in 2025? Even if we have to go onto an online store to buy it.
Optic. Well, NFL anyway. Optic.
Is it Optic? Is that as good as it gets right now? Is that because of the uptowns and downtowns?
Yeah, that's like seems what's hot. Optic. Prism's always pretty popular. But Absolute's good. You get kabooms out of it.
Have you pulled a kaboom? Have you pulled a kaboom before?
Oh no, you would know, dog. Yeah, I would freak out if I pulled one.
I mean, look, they got a 2024 Panini Prism box retail box. Okay, that's not what we want because that just comes with a bunch of individual packs that are made to go on a rack somewhere.
So you got to go to Columbia Walmart. That's where you get the shit.
Look, right here, we got the mega box. It is, let's see, and this says this is at Amazon, but it's a mega box for Panini Prisms, 5 mega box exclusives, neon green pulsar prisms. I don't want that. I want okay, and 1 memorabilia card, 10 rookies. See, that bitch right there is $88. That's for 2024. And I guess 25 hasn't come out yet. The 2025 Prism
No, it
pack.
hasn't. Yeah, we haven't had any of the new stuff come out. Like any of the. I wish I knew when they came out. I don't know exactly when, like all the new draft picks and stuff, when they'll have stuff come out.
I'm trying to see right now, actually. Okay, right here is they got 2024. God damn. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it. I'm not trying to shop though. I want information. I want news. They have 2025 draft night trading cards, Panini online store, officially licensed. Why is there no information on this? My understanding is that starting October 1st, 2025, Panini will no longer be able to sell licensed NFL cards.
Topps got it.
Topps. So let me take Prism off of there. Topps. I knew that we've been talking about this, but I didn't know when the merger or the switch was supposed to be. What are you expecting from the 2025 seasons? Topps Fanatics, my understanding, blah, blah, blah. Oh no, they might not even make any this year.
What the hell?
No fucking way. It doesn't say. Dude, what does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know. Is it like in limbo or something before Topps takes it over or something? Takes over the contract or something? I don't know.
Like, but the thing is like Topps has their stuff at least, right? So wouldn't they just be like, yeah, I mean, if you knew this was coming, wouldn't you just get it all sorted out? You know what I'm saying? Before okay, look, I got a Reddit thing right here. My understanding is starting October 1st, 2025, Panini will no longer be able to sell licensed NFL cards, or the Topps Fanatics will. This will be outdated. This may be outdated at this point, as it's been surprisingly hard to find information surrounding the exact timing and process of the changeover. But this post isn't quite about that. I'm curious what everyone is speculating will happen with the 2025-2026 NFL season. My guess is that Panini is going fire up the printing presses early and release a bunch of sets that normally release later in the cycle, all before October deadline, and look for a bunch of pictures of rookies in shorts and other college uniforms. I think they'll flood the market as much as possible before they have to shut it down, and then Topps will have a ton of product already printed and ready to go come October. Curious what others think, or if anything has been said officially. Blah blah blah. Obviously not.
Sounds like our end of the year break is gonna be a lot of new shit.
Oh my God, this is a comment from 1 month ago. Okay. And this is listed as the #1 commenter out of a bunch of comments. This says, so as it stands, sorry, I guess the podcast is going over a lot, but so as it stands, Fanatics won't take over until spring 2026. And they have already stated at their convention a few weeks ago that they will not release any more football products until the license switches over. So what we have is Panini probably ramping up production for a last hurrah. They, Panini, have also signed exclusive deals for autos with guys like Travis Hunter and Patrick Mahomes. So I would imagine they would leverage that towards an eventual buyout from Fanatics once their lawsuit fails. As far as Fanatics, they have said that they will roll with Topps brand and release Flagship and Chrome and probably a bunch of others starting in spring of 2026.
Damn. So we're about to get a lot of Panini just trying to put shit out there, a money grab until Fanatics takes over.
Right, which makes sense. Makes sense that they would do that. I mean, get your money while you can, but you just wouldn't think that they would do that, you know?
Right.
So I guess both. I was gonna say both of the first comment.
But the market, as hot as it is, you know, there's no telling what them doing that, how much money that's going to generate. One
Dude.
last little cherry on top before you get out.
Yeah. And obviously they're trying to wait as close to whenever they can. You know, if they have to stop in October, that's one thing. But if they don't have to stop, I mean, why would somebody miss out on the whole football season? I mean, kind of like we were talking about at the end of the last show about how like buy out a season, sell in season. You know, like during the football season, why wouldn't somebody try to get some money out of that? But I guess if they have to stop in October, they would have to start selling as soon as that shit starts. It starts ramping up.
Right. Dude, I can't wait till football season gets here and fantasy football. So much to talk about then, dog. I
Oh
can't
my gosh.
wait.
I was about to say, we're going to have 6 different
College
cameras,
football, all that. Yeah.
6 different talking heads on this bitch.
Yeah, when sports is really going on. We're
Hey,
just counting
guys.
down right now.
Once again, anybody who listened to this far in the episode, Cam, thank you for staying up with us live, and shout out to everybody else, T Frost and all them that were on here earlier, Jack, and everybody who listens after the fact. Thank you for listening this far. Share this show and hit subscribe, because I never thought I'd actually have to be in that thing. I'm not going to tell you to like it, but you should share it and you should subscribe it. And that would be sick, because we need more people to subscribe to the show.
So we could have a card auction.
Yes. So we can have a card auction and we can harass our friends to buy our shit, because that would be sick. And it would be sick. Think about if we do really well. Then we could buy more cards.
Right. Exactly.
And do the same shit. It's going to be awesome.
It's definitely not sustainable.
We are going to lose our houses in the process, but it will be fun.
Right.
Amen.
That's priceless.